Alright guys, I'm here with a bit of information for Dragon Ball Legends. So the official Dragon Ball Legends Twitter accounts have just given us another cryptic message as to who one of the units will be during the anniversary. Now, we've done a cryptic message video, I believe a few days ago, where I anticipated that one of the units we will be getting is another Fused Zamasu with the Blades of Judgment attack, which personally speaking, I'll be okay with. Now with this one, note before I even get into it, note that this is all speculation. We have no idea what units we will be receiving until the reveals and stuff on the 29th. But with that being said, you guys are seeing the image right now, and it's a yellow bar next to a purple bar, or purplish pink bar, but still. But either way, the yellow bar is longer than the pink bar. Now, there is two things that come to mind, right? One that immediately popped in my mind, which I'll say last, and another thing that if it were to happen, it would be cool. Now, the one that would be cool is if it's related to Trunks and the light sword, right? Because we've all wanted that Trunks in the game, especially for him to have a legendary finish along those lines. I think that it will be pretty cool. The only downside as to why I don't believe it's Trunks is because though when he fought Zamasu initially, when he turned his sword to like an energy blade or whatever, it was yellow at first, but it wasn't any longer than, you know, Zamasu's energy blade, I should say. So it doesn't really fit this mold. And even at that, like, you know, like when he got the energy from the spirit bomb, quote unquote, if you will, his sword turned blue. But even at that, if that was his legendary finish, then I guess it really wouldn't matter in terms of him fighting in general before then. But still, his sword is not longer than Zamasu's energy blade anyway, so that doesn't fit the bill. But the one that does, and this literally fits perfectly and also kind of justifies my original speculation for the last cryptic message we got a few days ago. This could be us getting another VEGITO Blue. Now, I don't think that if we were to get a new VEGITO Blue, he would function anywhere close to the one that we have in the game right now. No way in the world. That one was a monster for many, many months. But the reason why I say this is potentially a new VEGITO Blue is because remember, when Vegito fought Fused Zamasu, he pretended to get knocked down and then counterattacked with the beam sword. So, and obviously the sword pierced way further than the length of Zamasu's blade, which fits this description perfectly. Like, I literally do not know anything else that fits this description that perfectly. So with this, we can anticipate that we will be getting another VEGITO Blue. Again, I don't think that he will function like how the current VEGITO Blue is in the game. It would be a nightmare, but I do believe that we're getting another VEGITO Blue, and I am actually doubling down on my original speculation from the first video that I uploaded a few days ago with us potentially getting a new Fused Zamasu. It's a bit too convenient, right? These are a bit too obvious, and also we know that they've been having a heavy focus on GT as of late, right? Like, they've built up GT literally up to this point, right? So I would even go as far as to say that the theme for the 3rd year anniversary is GT and Super. And if that's the case, I mean, let's be serious now. If we're getting GT, it's definitely time for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to come into the game. We all know this. This has been speculated for like 2 months, maybe even 3 months now. Like, everybody's speculating that it's time for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta to come in. If he were to come in, I would also expect a new Omega Shenron. Granted, I mean, we did get Omega Shenron for the 2nd year anniversary, but then again, we also got Fused Zamasu for the 2nd year anniversary. We also got VEGITO Blue for the 2nd year anniversary. But regardless of all that though, I would expect a new Omega Shenron as well, right? But that would actually be a really good theme to rock with too, because ultimately it gets GT back on the map because we have, you know, Zenkai units for that tag. They did get the yellow Super Saiyan 4 Goku. and then you throw in a new Omega Shenron and then Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta on top of that, that would be awesome. And I'm pretty sure that would make that tag nice and stable, right? Because the ultimate thing that GT needs right now, I would say, is stability. Again, they got all those Zenkai units that gave them that power, but they're not stable. That's why I'm hoping that, you know, if it's Gogeta and Omega Shenron, they bring that to GT. And then with Super, it would be Fuse Zamasu and Vegito Blue. And in that regard, do they really need to add them? I mean, don't get me wrong. Fuse Zamasu, Vegito Blue, hype units. They always have been, and I think that they always will be. But Future is still solid right now, right? And not only that, they both would go on God Key as well. And I think that if it, I mean, okay, again, based on the first video and then this speculation, if we got Fuse Zamasu and we got Vegito Blue, and then if they decided to add GT and we get Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, all three of them are going to Fusion Warrior. All three of them. Like, I don't think that, I'm pretty sure that, well, no, I can't say for sure because, like, I mean, for example, like Vegito Blue and Fuse Zamasu could literally be God Key and Future, right? They could be Future and Fusion Warrior. They could be God Key and Fusion Warrior. You know, there's variety for them, right? With Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, like if he ends up being a unit for the anniversary, the only two tags he could really have are GT and Fusion Warrior. And that's really it. So one way or another, like Fusion Warrior is gonna get a buff, and that buff is gonna be pretty hefty because, again, Fusion Warrior, though I see a lot more diversity in PvP now, Fusion Warrior can still hold their own for sure. Again, Kefla can still deal devastating damage. Same for Vegito Blue. You have Gogeta Blue, who still has that cover change, which is really nice. We have Zenkai, Super Gogeta, who still hits pretty freaking hard. Like, they have variety, and I'm gonna be honest with you, like, they really need to give Fusion Warrior a new purple unit. Like, I think it's well beyond time that they get a new purple unit, because it's been, what, Fuse Zamasu, or at least I've seen a lot of people use Fuse Zamasu for Fusion Warrior for a very long time. But all in all, though, if they get a new purple unit, that'll be great. Units are more than likely going to start getting replaced, and honestly, it's gonna be interesting. Like, this is the 3rd-year anniversary, and it might be Fusion Warrior all over again. But hopefully things will be a bit more balanced than it was for the first 2 anniversaries, because remember, Super Vegito dominated PvP for many months during the 1st-year anniversary. Then the 2nd-year anniversary came, and then Vegito Blue dominated the meta for many months. So hopefully this time around, with these fusion units that we're gonna get, that this image is clearly screaming. Hopefully they won't dominate the meta as much as the Vegitos did during the anniversaries respectively. But that's really all I've got. I believe that this image is pointing towards a brand new Vegito Blue with the beam sword, and I do believe that the earlier cryptic message is going to be Fuse Zamasu with the Blades of Judgment. But I do want to know what you guys think about all of this in the comment section below. But with that being said, I'm Ndukauba. Like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video.